Have you ever noticed how some people move through life almost untouched by chaos? While everyone else is stressing over deadlines, relationships, expectations, and uncertainty, these people walk into the same situations with a calmness that feels almost unreal, like nothing can shake them, like they're operating from a different level of life. Here's the strange part: they're not luckier, they're not emotionally stronger, they're not spiritually superior, and they're definitely not born different. What they have is something most people never develop: control over where their attention lives. And once you understand this, your entire experience of life changes. You've already tasted this state before. Those rare moments where everything feels simple, where problems that usually overwhelm you suddenly seem manageable. Like your mind clicks into clarity, and life feels lighter, almost effortless. What if you could live from that place, not occasionally, but consistently? Because in the next few minutes, you're going to understand something most people never figure out in their entire lifetime. Why is your mind always louder than your life? And the one shift that makes everything quieter. Not fake positivity, not denial, not spiritual bypassing. A simple psychological shift that puts your attention back where your life actually happens. Right here, right now. Here's what most people never realize. What stresses you out isn't the situation. It's the story your mind is telling about the situation. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. You weren't stressed about what was happening in the moment. You were stressed about what might happen later, or what someone said yesterday, or what you fear could go wrong. Your body was in the present, but your attention was in the past or the future, or in 100 imaginary scenarios. This is the invisible prison most people live in. Physically in the moment, mentally everywhere else. It's why people feel tired even when they haven't done anything. It's why anxiety shows up even when nothing is wrong. It's why you can be safe yet feel threatened, calm yet feel panicked, secure yet feel unstable. Your mind doesn't create thoughts. Your mind recreates threats. And most of those threats don't exist outside your imagination. Here's the truth that changes everything. The present moment is the only place where life is real. And it's the only place where peace exists. Not the peace that comes after you fix everything. Not the peace you're waiting for someday. The peace that's available right now, even before anything gets solved. Because no matter what's happening in your life, the present moment is always manageable. It's the stories your mind adds that make the moment feel impossible. When you learn to stop living in those stories, the volume on everything that bothers you drops instantly. It doesn't mean problems disappear. It means they stop controlling your emotional state. Let me show you how this works in real life. Imagine two people stuck in traffic. Same situation, same delay, same inconvenience. One of them is furious, heart racing, hands tight on the steering wheel, mind spinning with thoughts like, "I'm going to be late. Why is this happening today? My whole morning is ruined." The other person, calm, relaxed, listening to music, accepting the moment exactly as it is. What's the difference? Not the traffic, not the delay, just one thing: where their attention is. The first person is living in the future, imagining consequences that haven't even happened yet. The second person is living in the present, dealing only with what's real. Traffic isn't stressful. Your thoughts about traffic are stressful. This applies to everything in life. So how do you actually shift into the present, especially when your mind is loud? Here's a simple technique that instantly pulls you out of mental noise: the labeling reset. Whenever you feel stress, pause and ask, "Is this happening right now? Or is this happening in my head?" Then label the thought. This is a future thought. This is a memory. This is a hypothetical scenario. The moment you label it, the spell breaks. The thought loses power because your brain stops treating it like reality. You step out of the storm and into clarity. Try this right now, literally right now. Notice your breathing. Not the idea of breathing, the sensation. The cool air is coming in. The warm air is moving out. Notice the weight of your body, the temperature around you, the sounds in your environment. For just a few seconds, you You came home to the only moment that's real. And let me ask you something, honestly. In this moment, what problem do you actually have? Not the problems your mind was rehearsing 5 minutes ago. Not the fears you've been carrying. Not the scenarios you've been imagining. Right now, in this exact moment, what problem is happening? Most of the time, the answer is none. That's why people who live in the present seem so unshakable. They're not stronger. They're not wiser. They're not luckier. They're just dealing with real problems, not imaginary ones. And real problems are always solvable. Your mind creates suffering by replaying old pain, predicting new disasters, imagining worst-case scenarios, trying to solve situations that don't exist yet. But here's the truth. You can only solve one thing at a time, and only in the present moment. Everything else is noise. When you stop living in that noise, you don't become emotionless. You become powerful. You stop reacting. You start responding. You stop drowning in thoughts. You start choosing your experience. That's what calm people have mastered. Not calmness, control. Throughout your day, ask yourself one question. What is actually happening right now? Notice when your mind leaves the moment. Don't fight it, recognize it. Then gently bring your attention back to what's real. Your feet on the ground, your breath, the room you're sitting in, the fact that you're alive right now. This is how clarity is created. Not through force, but through awareness. The more you return to the present, the quieter your mind becomes. And the quieter your mind becomes, the easier it is to see your life clearly. Throughout your day, ask yourself one question. What is actually happening right now? Notice when your mind leaves the moment. Don't fight it, recognize it. Then gently bring your attention back to what's real. Your feet on the ground, your breath, the room you're sitting in, the fact that you're alive right now. This is how clarity is created. Not through force, but through awareness. The more you return to the present, the quieter your mind becomes. And the quieter your mind becomes, the easier it is to see your life clearly. If something in this message hit you, if even one line felt like it spoke to a part of you you've been ignoring, then you're exactly the kind of person this channel is made for. Subscribe, not for me, but because your mind deserves clarity over chaos. And if you want, share this video with someone who lives too much in their head. Sometimes one simple shift is all a person needs to breathe again.